As this channel continues to grow, we experience a lot of different people that come along. Some of them are inquirers, some of them are congratulators, some of them are inquirers and congratulators in a mix. Some are skeptical and have some bones to pick with me, and some are just mudslingers. They do nothing but hate. Well, I'm not going to glorify them with any attention because I do get my share of them. I get hateful emails from people. Let it be a note to anybody out there. Anytime you become successful at anything, you'll have people that doubt you and that hate you for it. But let me just stop and do a quick video today on how health Nazis make people fatter. What is a health Nazi? A health Nazi is anyone who is bigoted and lowbrow enough to think that they can push their ideals on anyone. This channel is about the OMAD revolution, teaching people to eat once a day or otherwise helping them reclaim themselves and be their best version. It is, however, surplus of knowledge. It is not something that you have to feel like you have to do. This is all about making you a better person, just like I feel that I've been able to make me a better person. But health Nazis are some of the worst creatures around because they, with a dogmatic religious zeal that is unwelcome on all levels, they are the next level of a bigoted church member who thinks that nobody's right but them, or a fundamentalist religionist or philosopher of some sort who can't balance him or herself. So that's what we don't want. But consider this, as a big guy, I hated people who ate salads. I hated it. Every time I saw someone eating healthy, I had a little bit of disdain and say, you know, you suck. But of course, secretly, I wanted to be more like that person. I couldn't bring myself to admit it. But what we don't want is extreme on either sides. And the big problems that come from militantism is that it shifts from one form to another. So in this day and age, we have a lot fewer fundamentalist people, like religionists, who used to go door to door and make everybody mad because they're telling them they're going to hell, they're going to do all this ridiculous stuff. But they really haven't gone away, they've just changed form. Some of them are militant vegans. Some of them are 9/11 truthers who think that the government took was behind 9/11. You have people that deny the Holocaust, people that deny the moon landing. All of these are more extreme forms. They've just replaced what used to be religious fundamentalism. But they're really not any different. They're really just the same. And so the first thing that people have to do is take control of their eating, and that's what this channel has always been about. When I get haters who come up and say something, my first response is to direct people back to the initial intention of this channel, to allow people to take control of their eating. No, they're not going to eat perfectly, they're not going to become a health Nazi, and you shouldn't have to. But for those of you who think you do, you need to go back and realize some very fundamental truths about just life. Take, for instance, Jews. The Orthodox Jews still have some of the most interesting conversion tools in bringing people over to the Jewish faith. They will turn people away 3 times when they begin to express interest in their faith. Why would they do that? Because they don't want people that are only wishy-washy, that are just halfway sincere. They want to make sure that the people in their ilk truly represent them and are strong and determined and people who will be faithful. I've known that for years, but the more I thought about it, it makes complete sense. You get a strong core, a non-diluted core, and it makes much sense. Well, apply that to the real world at large. If you're going to reclaim your life, you can't be pushed into it. And those of you who are doing the pushing need to know the very same thing. The fact of the matter is, no one in their right mind is going to go from eating donuts and cake to eating wheatgrass and quinoa overnight. They're not going to do it. And I still don't do it, and I'm in great health. So it can be done. Number one, it can be done slower than it thought, but 2, it doesn't even have to be done the same way. You can reclaim your health without becoming a health fanatic. And so the health Nazi people that come along and try to police what everybody does, they are actually detracting. They're making people fatter because they're making people more angry. So for someone to come along to an overweight person and say, you need to cut out all sweets, cut out all diet drinks, you need to eat 3 small squares a day, and they need to be fruits and veggies, probably in some cases only, that is fanaticism talking. And it will do nothing but alienate people who really want to make self-improvements. If you want to make self-improvements, learn to control yourself. That has always been the OMAD revolution first step. Learn to control yourself. Learn to stable out your mind, stable out your sugars. I was reading an article this week about how many people who've been diagnosed bipolar or borderline personality disorder have been done so during a sugar attack. They had too little sugar in their brain. They were having an undiagnosed diabetic episode, and so they were moody. But they're not really and truly bipolar. They had low sugar or high sugar. So again, fanaticism in any form is dangerous, just like sloth and laziness in any form is dangerous. Having too much is just as bad as not having enough. So for those who are haters to this channel, you will not get the time of day with me. I might make a reply to you in the comments if I think that your point can be salvaged and your attitude is constructive enough to be given a second chance. But after that, I'm tuning out, because you simply don't have the right disposition at heart to make yourself useful. So for all of those out there, understand that the more militant you are on an ideal, the less wise you are, because you understand less about what it takes to put someone in a particular frame of mind, not to mention what got them there. Not everybody is in the same place in life. And coaching people, teaching people, that's one of the biggest lessons you learn. Everybody does not start on the same page. Everybody has had a different level of self-development. I deal with that every day working with people in customer service. Some people are very good at customers yelling at them. Some people are very bad. And the ones that are very good at it understand that they can't take it personally. You're just there, and you're an outlet for an angry guest or customer. Wisdom. It takes wisdom to see that. What does it take for self-control? It takes wisdom. It takes the ability to recognize that you are where you are in life because of the decisions you've made, and from there to realize that you can now go where you want. Again, because of the decisions you are making and will make. That's the difference. If you really want to convert someone, regardless of whether it's veganism or low-carbism or any religion, or I don't care, the lesson is the same. Exemplify your virtues. And when you find people who are interested, be willing to take them where they are.